Welcome back. This is how our page looks like right now. In this step, let's format a few of the elements on the screen so that they look much better. Let's start with the top menu. I'm going to Visual Studio Code. This is where our menu component is coded in. Let's make a list of things that we would want to have. By HTML5 standards, the menu should be in something called a header, and inside a class, inside a element called nav. All our elements should come inside the nav. So let's remove this stuff out and let's try and put a list of elements that I would want to have in here. So I'll first create a div, and inside this div I would put the, let's say, the name of the application or the brand or something of that kind. Let's create a link for that. So I'll say ahref is equal to this, and inside this I'll put in 28 minutes. Let's just say this is like the URL of the website. So https://www.in28minutes.com. Let's maximize the page, and over here we would want to show a list of menu items. What we want to show is we want to show two list items here and two list items at the end. So we'll show home and let's say to dos here and login and log out at the corner. So I'll create an unordered list. Actually, I should have started with unordered list, and inside that would be our lists. Each of those lists would contain links. So let's create that ahref is equal to where it needs to link to and the link. There are a few Bootstrap classes that we need to add. So I'll add them in. When something represents a navigation bar in Bootstrap, the class you need to add is navbar, and I would want to expand all the list elements which are present. So I would need to say navbar expand empty. This part of the navigation of the navbar, so I'll need to say navbar hyphen nav, and this is one of the links which is present. So this should be navbar link. So what we are doing is just adding a few standard Bootstrap classes. I would recommend you to look up the Bootstrap documentation if you want to understand these further. I'm no means an expert at Bootstrap, but I'd really like the application to look a little better than what we have right now. So let's quickly add a few things. So if you save and refresh the page, you'd see something at the top. Nothing is reflecting as of now. What I'll do is I'll create a couple of links. Let's call this home, and this would be to dos. Let's see what would happen. So you can see in 28 minutes home to dos at the top. That's cool. And what we'll do is we'll have another set of links, login, logout. So now you see all this stuff at the top. We just need to add a few more classes to make them appear beautiful. Before that, let's add the home link. What's the link to the home page? It's /welcome. For now, I'll hardcode the user ID. So /welcome in 28 minutes. /to-dos would be the link for to-dos, and /login would be the link for login. We did not create the logout page yet. We'll create it a little later. We'll put /logout there. One of the things I've done wrong is actually this class should be nav-link, not navbar-link. So let's fix that, and let's see how it looks on the page. So you have in 28 minutes home, to dos, login, logout. That's cool. This link is the link of the brand. So let's add a class called navbar-brand, and let's move in 28 minutes on to the next line. Cool. In 28 minutes is now a little more highlighted. We would want this login and logout to appear at the end of the page, over at the right end corner of the page. So what we need to do is add something called navbar-collapse and another class justify content end. Cool. Now you have in 28 minutes the two links shown here, login, logout in the corner. Now I would want to give a dark background to the screen. So I'll say navbar-dark, and I would want to change the background to dark as well. So now you'd see that the background is cool. You have all the links present. So we have our menu very well designed. What we are looking at in this specific step is how to design a menu. If you are good at CSS, then this should have been easy for you. But if you did not know Bootstrap before, then some of these classes might be new. You can look up Bootstrap documentation for more information about these classes. But the purpose of all these things was to get a good looking header, and that's what we were able to do in this specific step. We will look at more stuff in the next step. Until then, bye bye.